Hello, everybody. My name is Jennifer McCune. Super excited to have you join us tonight. So, what we are going to do tonight is we have some great team members on, we have some great guests on, and we know that you guys are interested to learn more about this, either for yourself or maybe somebody you know, or maybe you're just being a kind, supportive friend. And we just want to make it easy, fun, no pressure, flexible, so you get to know some of us and get to learn more about what we're doing. So I started with Rodan+Fields 8 years ago, and I joined because this lovely lady named Andrea Sims, who you're going to hear from in a little bit, I learned about this on LinkedIn. And at the time, this was 8 years ago, my kids were 5, 8, and 10. I was working full time. I was doing culture and language training for the military. I was creating Iraqi, Arabic, and Senegalese French culture and language training courses for the Navy and the Marines. My background was in academia and nonprofits. I had a PhD in Spanish, so this was the furthest from anything I thought I was ever going to do. But what I really loved about it was the residual passive income opportunity. One thing that we do really well when we get our PhDs is we stay in school a long time. So, so that meant that I had started my retirement building years late, and then I had kids, all these things that put me further and further behind. So I was really looking for a great way to start building the residual passive income opportunity. I also have skin, so it was exciting. Hopefully y'all do. But anyways, so it was a great thing that I could be like, great, everybody has skin. This makes sense. I loved that these were the women who created Proactive. They knew how to build a global #1 brand. They were going to do it again, whether or not I said yes. I loved that we had been partnered with Estee Lauder and we had been #1 in high-end retail. I loved that it was a learn as you earn program and that they wanted to bring me along board and that I could start earning right away. I could start learning more about entrepreneurship, growing myself, and helping others do the same. That really wonderful collaborative environment. I love that it was all online and not a party plan. So as much as I loved it all, I was still super nervous. Andrea is super extrovert. I'm super not. There's a reason I got my PhD. I like to read. I like to study. I like to, drink my tea and sit at home. And so I really thought about how I wanted my life to look at like in 5 years. And I was like, you know what? It's well worth it to me to follow the system and just do a little bit every day and start reaching out to people. Now, that's not to say I didn't have some trepidation. I did lose 10 pounds my first month in business because I was nervous to make those 5 phone calls every day. But I did it. And slowly but surely, my business started to grow. And it wasn't even that slow. I think I was in your top 10, Andrea, my first month in business. And I just followed what Andrea said. And it was really exciting. And within my first 9 months, I was able to leave corporate and started meeting all these great, wonderful people. I think only one of the people that I'm looking at right now did I know before Rodan+Fields, and that's actually the person that I'm going to kick off to next and throw out a question. And she already knows who she is since I teed that off so well. So Robin is one of the first people who joined me in business. She lives right down the street from me. So that's been really interesting because since we're not geographically constrained, it just really doesn't make a difference. And Robin, I had wanted to work with for years. I knew her from book club. And Robin, can you just share a little bit more? Because I reached out to you and you were such a kind friend that you said, absolutely, I'm going to learn more. And absolutely, I'm not getting anything and I'm not joining you in business. And I loved how kind and supportive you were. And then you joined me in business. So could you share a little bit more?
Yes, we all like kind, supportive friends, don't we? I don't know, something's going on downstairs in our living room. I keep hearing these loud like music, so if you see me startle, sorry about that. So yes, I was definitely a hard no. I was very interested in. I was a hard yes to saying I will absolutely learn about what you're doing and support you and tell other people about what you're doing. But there's no way I'm buying skincare or starting a business. And obviously that changed because I started my business in July of 2012, so just a couple months after Jennifer started her business. And what changed, my mind is something I talked about recently in a Facebook Live. Have you ever told somebody that they should really give something a try? Like, I don't know, your kids, when you're talking about food, or a friend, you're talking about let's go to a concert, or, anything. Yes, of course, we all have. And my children were 9 and 12 at the time, and I was frequently telling them, well, just give it a try. You don't really know if you want to try something. I mean, if you're going to like it or not, so just give it a try. And ultimately, that was my final decision point, because I thought, oh my gosh, I need to walk the walk. Rodan+Fields, when Jennifer invited me to learn about the business, I was actually looking for a change. Of course, I didn't know it was going to be Rodan+Fields, but I was looking for more flexibility. I was looking for better income. I was looking for a company that I could be really proud to to be partnered with or to be part of. And I really am a mission-driven person. So I love the fact that Rodan+Fields is ultimately mission-based, changing skin, changing lives. So simple. Seemed too simple to me. I was like, what's the catch, right? So when I decided to go for it, I was actually going out of town on vacation, and I called Jennifer and I said, okay, I'm ready to start. How do we do this? And so she walked me through it. I got my kit sent to me where I was going on vacation. She shared with me, the process, the things I needed to do, and my business grew on vacation. I don't know, I never knew that was possible, and it was really fun. So it was really exciting to come back. And one last thing, it was so funny, when I got back, I saw a friend who I hadn't seen for a while, and she goes, oh my gosh, what have you been doing? Have you lost weight? I was like, no. And have you, gotten your hair cut? Like, have you worked out? Like, something is different. And I thought, well, if starting a business and using really good skincare does this, it's all good. So.
And you've done really well. And it's grown, it's helped you grow a lot. It's helped you learn a lot. It's helped you meet a lot of people. Now, what would you attribute this to, having been so outside of your comfort zone? What would you attribute you having done so well in the business? Mm-hmm.
Well, I think there are a couple of things. One, when you see a good thing, you got to run with it, right? And our camaraderie, our support with the team, both from us who you see here, as well as our larger group of consultants and team members, our corporate, they're very incredibly supportive. And of course, the products are amazing. So, skincare is one of those things that once you start liking it and using it, you're going to order again.
And I do agree with you. The corporate support and the team support, we have this great team, and then the corporate. And yesterday, they just came out with a new system to really help us grow our businesses, which is getting better and better and better, right? So, Lori, would you mind? I think it's really interesting. Thank you so much, Robin. Robin and I started, and our kids were around the same age. Now, you have a little different situation in that you're a yoga instructor, your kids are grown, and you kind of were thinking about looking for another job, and then you found this, and you're like, why would I do that? My God, I could do this instead. Can you tell us a little bit more about your thought process with all of that, please?
Absolutely. So I was in corporate America for 30 plus years and was downsized in 2017. So I had started the process of just reinventing myself. And through that, I became a yoga instructor, and I established an LLC and was all set to just, go to different places and teach yoga. It made my heart happy to help people, as well as, work on my physical fitness, which I've always loved. And then COVID hit. So yeah, I was getting a little stir crazy and wondering what I was going to do. And I happened to see Jennifer do a lash boost video. in another group that we were in, and I had seen a few of her posts and was intrigued just by her. I had no idea what she did. So when I saw the lash boost video, I was like, oh, that's cool. And so I hit like, and Jennifer, being the great consultant that she is, gave me a call and we just hit it off. I mean, I I I really wasn't, looking to join Rodan+Fields, but the more I talked to Jennifer, and like Robin said, I just connected with her, and I just felt a really good energy with her. And she's from Wisconsin and I'm in Wisconsin, so we really hit it off. And so I definitely wanted to try the skincare. And I don't think, Jennifer, you really even asked me that much. I mean, you kind of just guided me. We just had conversation, and then it just sort of evolved and happened, and so I joined, and I'm so grateful to
But I
be
think
listening.
that's a good point. Sorry, Lori, to
Yeah.
cut in for a second, but I think that's another really interesting point. And this was one of my hesitations when Andrea and I spoke. I was like, I'm not a salesperson. Like, this sounds really cool, but I'm not a salesperson. I remember Andrea saying this isn't about selling, it's about sharing, just like Robin said, and just like what you said, answering people's questions. And if it's a good fit, having the conversation. And if it's not, same, that's totally fine. And it's interesting, Lori, because you had been with another, and it's not just skincare, but you had been with another brand that was skincare makeup it's been around and pretty well known for a while, but you found some very different things with this brand that have been really helpful for you, correct?
Correct.
With
Yeah,
Rodan and
I
Fields.
think one of the big differences is, and I remember saying this to you, Jennifer. I said I don't like to be pushy, and you said, well, do you think I'm pushy? And I'm like, no, you're not. And I think the whole thing, it just felt so right. And the other business that I did, I the camaraderie, the training, I mean, the virtual, I mean, we are together virtually every day if we want to. And that is unheard of. And the support, and just like, I can't even explain it. It's just, as well as I said before, it makes my heart happy to help people, and that's exactly what I feel like I'm doing with Rodan+Fields. I'm helping people. I'm not selling, and
You had
I
to carry inventory with your other brand
I
as
did.
well, and
Oh,
we
and
don't.
it was a party plan business too.
Mhm,
So that
mhm.
is really stressful. Yes, I had to carry inventory. So I was ordering every month, and basically carrying 3 stores. So imagine all of Rodan+Fields. I was carrying 3 of those in my house. Um, and I couldn't just focus on skincare because there was glamour items too. And it was a lot, plus trying to have the parties. So I had to deliver things. It was just, a lot of extra stress that I am not finding at all in Rodan+Fields.
Isn't it fun? We get to focus
Yeah.
on learning about entrepreneurship, growing ourselves, connecting with one another, and sharing what we love.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
love that. And I meet great people like you. Lori and I have never met in person. She lives in Wisconsin. She started since COVID. Although I'm from Wisconsin and go there often when it's not during COVID, we still haven't even met in person. And it just feels like we have, which is so great. So thank you so much, Lori, for sharing that. I appreciate it. So this is really interesting with Rodan+Fields, not only on our team, but numerous teams. You can see, so Robin and I started when our kids were younger. Andrea did as well, and we're going to talk to her in a couple minutes. Lori started when her kids were older. Leslie, I was wondering if you wouldn't mind sharing briefly because you started. Now, Leslie lives on the other side of the country. She's in California. Her husband is a dairy farmer. They've had a dairy farm business forever. She's also an aerobics, I shouldn't say also an aerobics instructor, but also exercise instructor, whatever you want to say. And she started when her daughter was a baby. So I think that would be interesting maybe for people to hear what that looks like, Leslie, because that could be, I don't know, when you got a little kid, there are different time constraints on things, right?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Okay. Yes, I started when Noelle was 3 months old. And to be honest, I got started with the business. Well, I tried the products first and they instantly changed my skin. My husband was like, oh man, your skin looks great. You know, we know Allison, this must be a good business because if she's doing it and if her sister's doing it, like this must be something big. So I started when she was 3 months and just kind of like just dove in and didn't really know exactly what I was doing, but I had such great and wonderful help from all you ladies. I started, and what I realized was that I needed this for myself because one, I was a fitness instructor. I completely like went from teaching like 20 classes a week to maybe like 1 or 2 after my daughter was born. And so this was just a great outlet for me to connect with other women, other moms, just a really good way to like just put myself out there, get more confidence because, you know, after you have a baby, I don't know about anybody else, but you just kind of feel like, I'm a mom now. Like, what am I supposed to do? So having her along with the business, at 3 months, you know, I was able to connect with people when she was napping. I was able to reach out to people. And then as she got older, of course, it's changed a little bit, but now she's back in school and I'm able just to, you know, connect with everybody and anyone whenever she is in school.
Isn't that great how like the business like can just grow with you? I just love that. I think that's so great that it can be what we need it to be no matter where we are in our lives. So from baby to school age to teen to kids moving out of the house to retirement to, you know, it's just so nice that it's so flexible. You said another interesting thing, and I love this, is that you tried the products for a little bit, you loved them, and then you started the business. I know that quite a few of us on the call didn't try the products first. We started off and just hopped right in. And for another thing that I think is so great about this business is no matter how you purchase your products, you have a 60-day money back guarantee. Our doctors stand behind that people are going to love what they're trying. And if you don't, you have the option to try them for 60 days. So just fantastic. So that leads me to the woman who introduced me to this business, for whom I am forever grateful because it has changed my life and given me the flexibility to be with my kids who are all now virtual schooling upstairs, but nonetheless having that flexibility, having earned so many trips, having more vacation time with them, having the opportunity to live life rather than work life. It's just been so amazing. And so, Andrea, you have a really interesting case in point that you studied the day after Thanksgiving is when you started. And a lot of times people might think, oh my God, isn't that a stressful time as far as finances are concerned? It was the recession, the one that we had before this. Your husband had just closed the doors to his business and the holidays were coming up and you were really the sole income provider. How did you decide that it made sense to, and this is really interesting to me, I don't get this one, you didn't use skincare. That's weird to me, but okay, so let's hear about that.
Okay, let's start with the fact that I didn't use skincare. So no, I was 40 years old. I would go to bed with makeup on. I'd use a bar of soap in the shower like the next day. So it's kind of interesting that I have ended up in a skincare company and then have as much success as I have within this industry. So during that time, I was actually the corporate trainer for Remax. And so working for Remax. At the time, they were the world's largest real estate company in the world, or #1 or whatever. And what it taught me was brand recognition, right? People recognize brands, they trust brands, they have confidence in brands. And so when I looked at Rodan+Fields, I thought, wow, same doctors who created Proactive. And if they did it once with teenage acne, what are they going to do when it comes to anti-aging? That's just it's a much larger market space. And so I just went, man, no other branded entity is inviting us along for the ride. And this makes sense to me. And so, yeah, I jumped in. But I did have to get through that mindset of, it is the week of Thanksgiving. I don't even have enough money for Christmas. How is it that I'm starting a business? And so then the other side of me thought, well, I don't have enough money for Christmas. So how am I going to change that if I keep doing what I'm doing? And that's when it kind of hit me that the only way to change our financial situation was to do something to change our financial situation. Otherwise, it was going to look exactly the same. We still were going to struggle at Christmas. We were still going to struggle paying our bills. We were still going to not have enough left over for vacations, or, I had 2 young kids and I wanted to start a college fund for them. So I just realized that no change, no change. And I was going to need to do something about it. And so, yeah, I jumped in, and 45 days later, I paid my investment back. And 6 months later, I left my corporate job. And now I'm going this Thanksgiving, it's going to be 10 years. And look at all the people who are part of this. And I'm looking at the screen. I did not know one of you on this screen. And I am just so forever blessed, along with the things that have come with the business, the perks and the cars and, vacations and all that. It's this community and this empowering women to empower women is what drives me every single day, every day. I'm so blessed and so grateful for everybody who's here.
These friendships are incredible. They're beyond incredible. Now, I'm going to say right now, because I am recording, because I know some people hopped on late, some people needed the recording. It's for various reasons. Today is Tuesday, October 6th. So when we share the next bit of information, just keep that in mind in case you're watching it later. So Andrea, we do have a few exciting things about timing with regard to now as far as joining us in business. Would you like to share a little bit of that, please?
Of course, of course. So, gosh, timing is everything, right? I mean, we just introduced the brow defining boost in July, and if you look at all of us, our brows are insane and incredible, and we're loving that. What's exciting is we're about to launch another new product on the 17th. And we have no idea what it is, but we know it's a global product. And so, but if this is something that's of interest to you, getting started now allows you to start sharing with people today, and then having a customer base or a team base where you can share more about what's coming in a week or so, right? We have different options as far as getting started. And of course, on our 2 larger business kits, if you will, you receive at least a 50% discount on your products. And with that, we have a boost bonus program. And so what does that look like? When you grab your first customer, it's a preferred customer, there's a $20 bonus. And when you, say, as an example, shared lash boost with 3 of your friends and they started enjoying long, luscious, beautiful appearing lashes as well, then there's a $100 coupon for future product purchases. And then that next level of bonus. So let's say it was, your 3 lash boost and 3 of the brow defining boost, and now you've hit that next milestone. That's another $100 bonus. And then there's another one above and beyond that. So we have $420 in immediate bonuses that are paying out in your first 4 to 15 days of achieving those goals. The other exciting news that was just shared is if for some reason you waited until the 17th of October, we've launched a new enrollment program. And that means anyone and everyone can join for $75, and you would receive a host, just a suite of sample products that are our most demonstrable products, and those you can gift to other people. So you have marketing materials, and then they're going to provide you with a coupon so that you can get an additional 30% off our consultant pricing. And as consultants, we get a 25% discount. So whether you're looking to have everything that you want at a 50% discount, then, take a look at our bonus or our business building kits now. Or if you're looking to kind of create your own package, then of course that wouldn't be until the 17th. But either way, taking a look at us, being part of convention is why it's a good idea to get started now. You can start making money right out of the gate. And I'll be honest, back in the day, we didn't have these programs. So I'm so thankful that with kind of what our economic structure looks like right now, we're able to pay people in that first 4 to 15 days as they achieve those bonuses so that they can put money back in their pocket immediately. So did I miss anything?
I think that is great. Thank you so much. And convention is so much fun. Andrea mentioned global product launch. And what that means is we're currently in 4 countries. We are in the US and Canada. We're the #1 premium skincare brand in North America. We're also in Australia, and we just expanded to Japan. So what global product launch means is a really exciting and unique thing for us. We've never launched a product in 4 markets at the same time. So that's really exciting for us to be part of. So I am going to stop for a second and see if any of our guests have any questions that they would like to ask. We're happy to share.
Just make sure to unmute yourself because you might be asking and had no idea.
That's true. If anybody's talking, we didn't hear you. So
yes.
Michelle, did you have a question? I saw you put your finger up. You're on mute if you were.
It's the lower left-hand corner that has the little
Michelle, you're
mute.
still on mute.
I keep pushing it. It's like it kept moving. Okay, hello. No, I was just moving my finger.
Oh, okay. Well, that's totally fine. Great to move your finger. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions along with Michelle's?
I have a question.
Yeah, Kristen.
Okay, hi, Kristen. So I made my first premium customer sale today, which I'm very excited about. I used one of the coupons, which gave him an extra % off, which was awesome. And then we offered him or told him that if he chose 3 more or had 3 referrals that would come back to buy product. When he does that, is there $100 that comes back to me, or is that train, and then the next 2 coupons has to go the same way? Is that right?
So this is a great question. So we do lots of wonderful, exciting things for new consultants every month. And Kristen enrolled last month, and so she got some extra 15% off coupon codes that she shared with somebody today, which was fantastic. And what she's talking about is another program that has been consistent over a few months that I'm glad she brought up, and it's called Refer a Friend program. So anytime any of your friends, family, network decides to become a preferred customer, we have a great program called Preferred Customer Perks. It's a one-time in your life enrollment fee of $19.95. And then you get 10% off all your orders and free shipping on any order of $80 or more, and a free $50 plus value gift when you place your second order in 30 to 90 days, totally customizable, flexible, never have to place an order again. So it's like the best of every world with regard to a perks program. And on top of that, there's a refer a friend program. And that means is, so you have somebody who enrolls to be a preferred customer, they get this coupon code and they can share it with as many people as they want. And every person who uses it gets an extra 10% off. And every time somebody uses it, they get an extra 10% off. So if people are going to use that a lot, we recommend maybe you just want to look at the business. And like you said, Kristen, then they can earn the commission with it as well. And if they don't want to, that's fine. They keep on getting discounts and we get commission. But either way, we have a great win-win opportunity for people who have referrals. So, well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. This has been 30 minutes on the dot, so I want to be mindful of your time. If you did end up having a question that you didn't have time to get answered, or maybe you just don't want to ask in this public forum, feel free to reach out to your consultant. We're here to help you make the decision that works best for you. We love the community. We're here to support you and whatever works for you. So thank you so much.